Hey everyone, it's another Dragon Age Inquisition day. How is everybody doing? Is everyone ready to take on the weekend? Let's get this journey started. Or rather, let's continue this journey. Okay, let's continue where we left off. And that's in Skyhold. This is where we left off last week. Here we are, close to the entrance to the fortress. And we've got the Templars here, ready to march on with us. Good to see it. The Templars. We've got all sorts of people. Humans, dwarves, elves. Unfortunately, no Canary except for the Iron Bull himself. Okay. We found that book last time. Last stream. And I wonder where else we can find copies of Hard in Hightown written by our favorite, one of our favorite companions, Varric. We've got Cole here, and I remember talking to him last time, same as Cullen, as well as the surgeon here. Anything new?
Somewhat off color today, Inquisitor? An excess of bile, perhaps?
I'm all
Might I
right.
bleed you, or offer a herbal tonic?
Very primitive medical practices there. Okay. But it's good to know that we have a medical doctor with our group. How are you doing today, Cole?
She hurts, but helping hurts more. She sees the strings that pull me, eyes like raisins in a stale cookie.
Okay, I don't know who you're talking about.
I'd like to talk with you about the Inquisition.
I don't understand it. People talk like it's a person, but it's not even a thing. A dagger can be a way to let pain out, but even if it isn't, it's still a dagger. The Inquisition isn't real unless it has something real to make it. It's like a spirit.
Oh, okay, but there are real people rather, working with the Inquisition, and we also have a leader
I'll talk to you later.
ourselves.
Probably.
But I think I understand what he meant by that. He wants us to unify. There should be something that unifies all of us. Okay, nothing there. And then we've read that poster. This is just news about Haven. Okay, we've talked to Vivienne, Sarah, Blackwall. We've been to the armory. We've spoken with Cassandra and the Iron Bull. Anything else in this area? We've also spoken with Scout Lace Harding. If I'm not mistaken, we've gone up here last time. Okay, this door is blocked right now. And then this is not ready yet, this place. It's a bedroom, I suppose. It might be what will become Cullen's office. It's either that or this one. Oh, it's this one then. I can't remember what that other room is gonna become. But here we are, and Varric is over there. So let's go and find a way to reach Varric so that he can introduce us to his friend. Okay, that is a better way to reach him. I don't want to fall down, but I think if I remember correctly, John Shepherd last stream told us that we cannot die. We actually cannot perish from falling. In Skyhold, there is no fall damage, which is a good thing. Okay, let's take this path instead to get to Varric. Okay. Oh my. Really? So it... Wow. Wow. That path seems to be blocked. Is there any other way to get to Varric without having to jump over? Probably not. Okay, then let's take that. Let's take the stairs here. Oh! Maeve is here. I didn't notice her last time.
Thank you for saving my life and giving us a chance to help. I'm mostly studying now, but Hedisma can talk to you.
Okay, she's studying. That's why someone took over her position as lead researcher for the Inquisition. Okay, it's a bit awkward going to Varric through this. There's no other way. I don't even know how I got there. Oh, okay, so there are stairs. I just noticed. I thought I had to like leap over this, but that can be done too. All right, I am ready to meet your friend Varric.
Inquisitor, meet HAWKE, the champion of Kirkwall.
Hey!
I don't use that title much anymore.
HAWKE, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him after all.
That is true. I was in Dragon Age 2.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
You're lucky it was just a single city. I've got half of Thedas.
You're doing everything you can to protect them.
Does it ever get any easier?
I'll let you know. I don't envy you, Inquisitor. But I may be able to help you.
Okay.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
Is it reversible? Can we help the Grey Wardens?
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud.
Ooh.
The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
All right, so we need to go to Crestwood to find him then. John Shepherd says, hey, good evening. Good evening to you too, John. Good to see HAWKE. Yes, that is true. What were you investigating with
If you
Stroud?
didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium.
Oh, that
red.
one.
I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
We've encountered red lyrium. Corypheus was using it to corrupt the Templars and turn them into his slaves.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
Thank you for the tip, Hawke.
I appreciate the help.
I'm doing this as much for myself as for you. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it.
It's not your fault.
Inquisitor.
It's not. I don't think it's your fault, Hawke, because you didn't know that he could, you know, escape that form and all that. Why are you alone?
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my brother out of the Free Marches. My uncle Gamlen's still in Kirkwall, but everyone else I used to know, they've pretty much scattered to the winds.
Does that mean all of your other companions in the past as well, aside from Aveline? I remember her. What has Varric told you?
I assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general. He thinks highly of the Inquisition. And you.
Oh, thank you. That's good to know. John Shepard says male Hawke has female standing animation. Oh, I just noticed that. I guess it's to kind of like serve as an amalgamation or of some sort. Kind of like it's a way to settle so that people who play this female Hawke can also feel comfortable, I'd say, or can probably still identify with male Hawke in a way. Maybe it's to settle things. I don't really know why. I just noticed that too. Thank you. You fought Corypheus.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear it.
If I'm not mistaken, it has something to do with kind of like something similar to the Archdemon. If you kill the Archdemon and you're not a Grey Warden, then I don't know, like it cannot be unalived properly without it being a Grey Warden. I can't remember exactly the lore reasons about it. But yeah, it's not your fault, Hawke, that Corypheus is still alive. You checked. You checked, at least. Where have you been all this time?
And where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion.
Oh.
I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come after me. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
Alright. John Shepard says just lazy, they didn't pay much attention. Oh, that's really sad. I thought it was to kind of like, you know, sell the differences in a way that, you know, there's still like femininity in Hawke in case someone just went with the default settings. I'm not really sure. That was just a theory. What happened in Kirkwall?
Varric said you were the champion of Kirkwall. I've only heard a little about what happened there.
What happened at Kirkwall was the same thing that happened everywhere. Fearful of blood magic and abominations, the Templars brutally suppressed the Circle. And in their desperation to survive, the mages of the Circle turned to blood magic, or became abominations.
Yeah, that
Finally,
wasn't a
rebel
good
mage
thing.
named Anders destroyed Kirkwall's chantry.
Oh my.
And everything came tumbling down.
I remember that scene. That was so unexpected. I really didn't expect that to happen at all when I was watching the Dragon Age 2 playthrough. That was so unexpected, and I don't know. For me, it was like a memeable scene for me, in my opinion, because that was so. I don't know. out of the ordinary and unexpected. So you knew Anders.
I heard that Anders was your friend. What was he like?
I don't know if there ever was just an Anders. He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him except this insane need to start a war no one could win.
Yeah, I remember because he has the spirit of justice in him, and it eventually turned into kind of like
We'll
a
talk later.
demon
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
due to all the bad things that he had experienced. Okay, we completed the quest from the ashes. And I thought that was a Hardened Hightown book. Probably not.
Let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I'll meet you at Crestwood.
All right.
We'll talk later.
That is where we're heading. Ooh, such beautiful scenery. Wait, where did Varric go? He was just drinking wine. Ooh, a frozen lake, if I'm not mistaken. Is that a river? A lake? I like how it looks, and it's gonna get better. All of this will be renovated, restored. That will be very interesting to see. Okay, I feel like we've actually spoken with all of our companions. Oh, that's the reason why I didn't see Monet, because she walks around this area.
So busy. Thank you for that.
It is so busy everywhere because we've saved a lot of people, which is a good thing. Oh, Varric is here now. Hi. Ooh, cutscene. Fighting a losing battle?
Battling the demons of paperwork. That's a fight nobody walks away from clean.
You have no idea the number of times I've almost been killed by bills of lading. I've been meaning to come talk to you anyhow. I never officially joined the Inquisition. I don't know how to do this disciplehood thing. I'm a businessman. Never really followed a chosen one before.
You know, just be my friend. It's fine.
I don't need a disciple. I need a friend.
If you knew how intimidating you are, you wouldn't make it sound so simple.
I
You
don't
just
think
don't
I
know
am
what you are to the
intimidating.
people out there. The Herald of Andraste is a symbol bigger than any of us.
Well, what am I to them?
So what exactly am I to the people out there?
The sky tears open, demons everywhere. To ordinary folks, these are the end times. The only hope they have is you. You're the sign that somebody might hear their prayers. That maybe they're not abandoned after all. You heard the crowd singing after Haven was attacked?
Well, yeah, it's good to give people hope. John Shepard says DAI was a very troubled development. Contrary to popular belief, the devs actually expressed disbelief that the game got such a good reception and even won Game of the Year. Oh, really? I didn't know much about the development phase of this game, so I didn't know that it was very troubled. I thought they had everything going well because it's such a great game. Wow, I can't believe that they themselves couldn't believe that it won Game of the Year, because I don't know, when I first played this, I felt like it was one of the best games I've ever played, although I had trouble with the combat because I wasn't familiar with it. I'm still me though.
Whatever I am to Thedas, I'm still just an ordinary person.
So, just a regular person, like anybody else. Right. I should probably get back to work, unless, you up for a game of Wicked Grace?
Sure thing. I just don't know how to play. He says Mass Effect Andromeda and later Anthem exposed how bad things were inside BioWare. DAI just got lucky. Okay, I can see where this is going. Definitely, I get it now. I just didn't know that things were already kind of bad back when they were still developing Inquisition.
Looking for someone to talk your ear off? I think I can oblige.
Let's discuss the Inquisition.
What are your thoughts on the Inquisition?
We know everyone there is to know. Meanwhile, Josephine has an entire team writing your polite refusals to dinner parties.
All right. Tell me about Cullen. What do you think of him?
What do you think of our general?
He needs more to do. Honestly, right now he spends all day cleaning his armor with a lost puppy look on his face.
Oh my. Really? Well, he needs to be training our soldiers. Let's discuss Josephine.
How do you think Josephine is handling the job of ambassador?
If this Inquisition thing doesn't work out, I may hire her to deal with the Merchants Guild. She'd own them before breakfast.
Cool. A job opportunity for Josephine. And how is Liliana doing, in your opinion?
What do you think of Leliana's work?
Do you want to know what the Arashok had for breakfast this morning? I think she can tell you.
She's that well connected.
Good to know.
Back to work then.
Anything
Looking for
else
someone to talk
that
your ear
we
off?
can ask? Huh?
I think I can oblige.
Tell me about Corypheus.
What can you tell me about this Corypheus?
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll answer what I can.
How did you find him?
How did you first encounter him?
A few years back, I was dealing with some trouble from a Carter clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the HAWKE family. We tracked them to a rune in the Vimarks. It turned out to be a trap. Once you went far enough into the rune, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful darkspawn.
Alright, and why didn't they just kill him? Why did they imprison him?
I've never heard of wardens locking up darkspawn. Why wouldn't they just kill him and be done with it?
I don't think they could. From what we saw in there, Corypheus can control wardens somehow. They couldn't attack him. The wardens locked him up because there was nothing else they could do.
That's really sad. And what is he?
He looks like some sort of blighted creature, but he speaks. What is he exactly?
The wardens who imprisoned him thought he was just a darkspawn. But you heard him ranting. He claims he's a magister. One who assaulted the Golden City, what, more than 1,000 years ago? It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's one of the people who caused the blights.
John Shepard says, J2 Legacy was a good DLC that introduced Corypheus. Yes, I do remember watching that. It wasn't, I think all of the Dragon Age 2 DLCs were very interesting. You said he should be dead.
You and HAWKE both said before he was supposed to be dead.
He was dead. We killed him. The only way for us to escape the prison Corypheus was trapped in was to go through him. We weren't going to just leave the door to his prison open behind us and hope he was dead. We made sure.
Enough about Corypheus then.
All right. I think that's enough about Corypheus.
No problem.
And let's ask
got a
about
minute if you need
Cassandra's
something.
book.
Cassandra is waiting for the next issue of Swords and Shields.
I must have heard that wrong. It sounded like you just said that Cassandra read my
That's
books.
just what I said. You sound surprised.
What's so surprising about that?
Well, you have met Cassandra, haven't you? Wait, did you say the romance serial? Oh, she'll be waiting for a while then. I haven't finished it and wasn't planning to. That book is easily the worst I've ever written. The last issue barely sold enough to pay for the ink.
Well, Cassandra seems to like it.
Well, Cassandra seems to be hooked on it.
And I honestly thought a hole in the sky was the weirdest thing that could happen. So, you want me to finish writing the latest issue of my worst serial for Cassandra?
Sure, why
Oh, that's
not?
such a terrible idea. I have to do it. On one condition.
Oh my.
I get to be there when you give her the book.
Sure, okay. Alright.
You've got a deal.
I'll get to work then. You know, the fact that the book is terrible just makes it more worthwhile somehow.
All right. We've got that settled. John Shepard says Origins Awakening also had talking darkspawns. I vaguely remember that. I watched that DLC as well. It's some guy called the Architect, if I'm not mistaken. And he also says for Varric, always choose the middle option. Those are the funniest. I think it also suits his personality. You're right. I should do that more often. Thank you. Okay, let's there's nothing else to do but to go to our war table. Let's see if there are some reports to read and operations to work on. How are you doing, Josephine? Busy with your paperwork? Okay, this place is grand. I love it, but I just hope that they can patch up that wall because that's a vulnerability, and I don't like vulnerabilities when it comes to structures. How is everyone doing this fine Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be?
We cannot neglect our soldiers' training.
That's why you should be training them.
Our allies cannot take the same route through the mountains we did.
Yeah, they're debating on budgeting and stuff, probably. Nobility and casualty. Nightingale, the Viscount was close to his brother, but the younger Pontiff incurred a lot of debts. The Viscount probably thought a public challenge would make his brother's lenders back off. We had a word with the most vocal ones, discreetly of course. The Viscount will probably leave Cullen alone now. Signed, Fisher. That's good to know. Okay. That's good to know that is resolved. That has been resolved without having to send Cullen to duel with this guy. We've got a lot of things that we need doing here. Okay. There's this one. We've read this last time, and if I'm not mistaken, I wanted Liliana to do this. Don't let Sir Barris go into this blind. The Venator are well entrenched.
Inquisitor. Are you alright, Liliana? Are you? I suppose not. Haven was trying.
Oh yeah, let's do that first. Thank you, John. Unlock the specialization mission in Dagna on War Table. The Dagna is this one, and the specialization is... if I can find it. Is it this power for a prize? Resources, disaster in the deep road, support of darkspawn activity. Could be power for a prize. Is it this one? I can't remember. But let's do Dagna first. Acquire the Arcanist. Skyhold has incredible potential for rune crafting and mastercraft smithing, if only we had a gifted mind to gain full benefit. The War and the Venatori have claimed many experts would be located an Arcanist with great skill and a reputation for humbling first enchanters in both Andrastian and Imperial circles. 2 assassination attempts and at least 1 explosion have made landholders reluctant to allow her passage through their territory. That's how infamous Dagna has become. It will take significant effort to bring her from Tan to Vale, but this arcanist would be invaluable to the Inquisition. Let's do this. A full retinue will secure her safely along the Imperial Highway. The Arcanist has been secured despite great cost and the concern of more than a few traditional-minded mages. She awaits meeting with the Inquisitor in the Undercroft. We've got her. I can't remember exactly which one is the... Wow, we've got so much to do. Let's read some reports first. Dear Lady Montelier, the Herald of Andraste's relatives have become much more restrained when discussing the Inquisition, going so far as to avoid the subject entirely. Whatever future boon they may ask of us, their newfound modesty is most gratifying. Best regards, Lady Buttleford. Good to know. And the Earl of Redcliffe, rather. Commander Cullen, bandits had taken residence inside a mine after the Templars left, but they were easy enough to drive out. We recovered a good deal of raw ore already mined and are making arrangements locally to find miners willing to go back to work. My Corbin, rather. Thank you. That's good to know. I am gonna try to find exactly the operation that we need to unlock. Specializations in a Dragon Age Inquisition. Okay, we've completed that. There's so much to do. Specializations will be unlocked after the first set of repairs is made to Skyhold. When the war table operation specializations for the Inquisitor becomes available. You'll need to use Cullen if you're a warrior, Josephine if you're a mage, and Leliana if you're a rogue to complete the operation. John says, try power for a price. I think it unlocks an influence merchant. Don't remember exactly. Let's try that. Power for a price. A formal document with impeccable filigree. It is time. The Inquisitor commands a small kingdom. It is time to exercise the weight of her influence. There remain uninvolved and uncommitted lords and ladies, bands and earls, where they could not be engaged with plight or passion. They can be compelled through mercenary means, but there must be a display. Make it known that the Inquisition has weight and the boons and the dispensations of the powerful will be open to you. Thereafter, she need not curry influence. She can simply buy it. The esteemed Ferris, the representative, will definitely use Josephine for that, I guess. Cullen recommends a grand march. A fete of your own. It has something to do with nobles and merchants. I'll go with Josephine, even
Let
if
us
it
begin.
might not be the most. Because I can't tell. I have to look it up, and I want to go in blind. John Shepard says, I think you just need to leave Skyhold once, and it does the initial fixes. They'll unlock the quest. Good to know. Thank you. I am going to try to do something that Cullen can do. Well, this one says, Ambassador Montelier, although we have not always seen eye to eye, I believe that on this subject we will be in perfect agreement. I would like to build a monument at the site where Haven stood, as a memorial to all those who gave their lives defending the faith. Shall we work together to honor these fallen heroes, Madame Ambassador? Marquis Durelion. I remember him. He's the guy in a mask. Or, yeah, guy wearing a mask. We'll do it with Josephine. I'm gonna try to find Colin something to do. Maybe just this, get her coin. Something simple. Skyhold is not a center of trade, though it could become one in time. The Inquisition is largely driven by the belief of its supporters, some of whom are quite wealthy, but if it's to grow, it will need access to coin of its own. There are many wealthy patrons who would pay for our protection, even our good graces let them. That is a good thing to do. For now, let's gather some coin with Cullen. John Shepard says, oh, and I remember talking to Solus. That triggers a cutscene that takes you outside Skyhold and automatically does the repair without actually leaving Skyhold. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let's see. I'll try to talk to Solus. I remember we talked to him last time, and he was on the first floor of the library, of the tower, rather. So let's see if that will bring us outside. Alrighty. The tower is somewhere over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, And he is here. Somewhere here. Yeah, he's just walking around.
Greetings.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
You shamed him when you destroyed Haven. Spoiled his glorious victory. It would be worse to acknowledge that you had done so. He must continue on his course or show weakness. He will return to his plans to throw Olay into chaos, and then conquer it for Devinter.
Okay, I guess that is not the
We'll
right
talk
time to
later.
talk to him.
Goodbye.
John Shepard says, did you get the dream cutscene with him? I don't think so. Last time we just talked to him, got his opinions on stuff. Maybe it will... What do you call that? It might trigger once we have left Skyhold once. So for now, I am just going to do the war table operation for Crestwood. And try to visit it once so that we can leave Skyhold. And trigger the fixes. Crestwood is here. Find the warden. Yeah, it's this one. HAWKE has revealed that Corypheus can influence the minds of Grey Wardens if the Darkspawn brings them under
My
his
scouts
sway.
report no signs of danger in the pass nearby.
I
Okay,
will
good to
arrange
know,
patrols to ensure
Liliana.
it stays that way.
If the Darkspawn brings them under his sway, he'll command a legion of highly skilled warriors. Definitely. The Inquisition must hunt down HAWKE's Grey Warden ally hiding in Crestwood to learn about the other Wardens' plans. No one has traveled to or from Crestwood since the breach, and Liliana will send her fastest agents to discover what disaster has rendered it silent. That is good to know. We must ensure that a trap is not awaiting us in Crestwood. I will send the scouts at your command. Smart. Smart thinking there, Liliana. John Shepard says there's a cutscene where he takes you back to Haven. Maybe his approval is low because it always triggers for me here. Yeah, that could be it.
Can you arrange what we discussed earlier?
We'll have to wait
I
for a
found the
while
money.
then.
The Inquisition will compensate the families of those we lost at Haven.
Thank you.
Here we go. Let's head on over to Crestwood for the first time. Find the warden, a hastily scrawled note received by messenger bird. Inquisitor, HAWKE's warden friend is somewhere here. Disappeared before we could talk to him. He's good. Be careful on the road. Lots of undead. People here need our help. Explain more once you're here. Harding. Thank you. Let's go venture forth now. Let's see. I'll definitely, for this one, I'll go with my favorites. Cassandra, Dorian, and Varric. Just for this one. I can't really remember a time when Solus greatly disapproved, so I wonder why. Is it because I haven't been bringing him with me? to
Good to
to
see you safe,
adventures.
Inquisitor. We've got trouble ahead.
John Shepard says, "Oh no, meet Dagna first." It's a super nice scene. We'll return to Skyhold shortly to meet her. I remember that too. She's so cute. What is it?
Are the Venatori causing trouble?
There's a few up in the hills, but for once, they're not our biggest problem.
What is?
Is it the undead? Oh, a breach underground. Or rather, a
Crestwood
rift
was the site
underground.
of a flood 10 years ago during the Blight. It's not the only rift in the area, but after it appeared, corpses started walking out of the lake.
Oh,
You'll have to
that's
fight through them to
spooky.
get to the cave where Sir HAWKE's Grey Warden friend is hiding.
We never meet anywhere nice. What a way to flirt. Are you safe here then?
Have any undead attacked the camp?
We've had a few shamblers, but most head toward the village below. Maybe someone in Crestwood can tell you how to get to the rift in the lake. Maker knows they'll want help. Good luck, and please be safe.
Okay. Let's get some requisition. Where is the person there? The officer for requisition.
Inquisitor, I have something for you.
Sure.
What is it? This could help us.
Okay, what is it? Oh, I didn't get to read it. It's the caravans. There is a growing need for covered wagons to transport goods back to the Inquisition. The quartermaster is requesting assistance. We need 5 plate weave for that. Yeah, let's get some elf fruit. Let's just try to do maybe one quest here or something. And then we'll travel back to Skyhold. The undead have terrorized Crestwood since the Fade Rift appeared in the lake. There must be a way to close it. And here is this quest. Here lies the abyss. That is an important main quest which we'll do some other time, definitely. John Shepard, Harding's freckles increase exponentially in Veilguard. That's true. I wonder if that's realistic. If people's freckles increase as they age, I wonder. Okay, that is the edge of the map. And that goes back to the world map. Okay. A spooky place. Interesting. Reminds me of Fallowmire. But
There must be a way to get to the rift in the lake.
Yes, preferably without drowning.
Maybe the locals will lend us a boat.
they might. There might be another way. It's a good thing that this place isn't as marshy as the Fallowmire. It's just, there's just a lake over there. The sign says Old Crestwood. Okay, so Old Crestwood is deep underwater. Sadly. And we'll learn more about it. And the quests. Whoa, I just realized that we're not wearing any armor. Oh my. Wow. That's just amazing. I wonder if our friends... Yeah, our friends are currently wearing armor. So, that's a good thing. It was just us. How about our... Ooh, Dorian also isn't wearing good armor. Sadly. As well as his weapons. Sadly, there isn't anything to give Dorian at the moment in terms of weapons. Nothing for armor as well. Maybe you can just wear this. No, that's for rogues only. There's nothing for him to wear. We'll get you something, Dorian. Just be patient. Okay, we're wearing accessories. That's a good thing. Yeah, I just want to explore a small portion of Crestwood before we go back to Skyhold to unlock specializations and meet Dagna. Ooh. Okay, I'm using the wrong ability.
Thank you for your aid, Inquisitor.
Why are you here?
What are you doing in Crestwood?
The name Stroud is wanted for questioning.
Oh.
We heard he passed through here, but the villagers knew nothing. They have troubles enough.
What do you know about him?
What have you been told about this rogue warden?
Warden Commander Clarel ordered his capture. I can say no more than that. I hope Sir Stroud comes with us peacefully. I trained under him for a time. He's a good man, I'm sure of that.
Can you stay here and help?
Will you stay to fight the undead here?
My orders forbid it. Crestwood was only a detour. If the Inquisition can help, I beg you to do what you can. The villagers have already lost too many.
Okay, sadly we cannot
Farewell.
ask him to help the villagers.
Sure we can't help the village? Our orders are clear. If we can't find Warden Stroud, we return to the commander with all haste.
Still don't feel right.
I know, but if I judge our orders rightly, harder decisions await.
None of those wardens mentioned a new leader. I don't think they're part of Corypheus' plot to seize the Order.
I do not think so either. The infiltration in their ranks may be subtle.
That's true, Cassandra.
Has answers for us.
That is very true. We can never dismiss things without actually learning more about it or seeing good evidence against it. North Gate, village of Crestwood to the east. Let's take this. What is this? Money? Some gold? Okay. And that goes to Cabronac. Ooh, is that a rift? John Shepard says, did you watch the new videos of Veilguard showing endgame combat skills and equipments? No, I haven't yet. I just feel like I'm the type of person who wants to go and find, which is something that has changed over the years because in the past I welcomed spoilers and I always felt like,
the Grey Wardens saved me from those corpses. They're amazing. I'm going to see if they're looking for recruits.
why join now?
You want to join the Grey Wardens now?
Oh, Baker. You're the Inquisitor. But yes, the Wardens are heroes. They saved me from those demons, your worship. With all that's happening, I'd like to help people the same way.
By joining the Grey Wardens, you can't think of something less lethal?
Don't do it. I remember this. Because of something that will happen in the future. In my first playthrough, I did go ahead and join, but for this one, I want to be safe and will tell her not to join the Grey Wardens.
Find another way to help people. The Wardens have problems of their own right now.
Yes, your worship. I'm sure there's something else I can do to help.
Oh, and she becomes an Inquisition agent.
I swear I'll avoid the Wardens, Inquisitor. Thank you for the warning.
Yes, we've saved a life. Yeah, as I was saying, I used to welcome spoilers with open arms and also try to research a lot about a game before I played because I didn't want any surprises. And also whenever I would, let's say, romance a character, I would really, watch guides and all that to make sure that I successfully romance a character or I successfully keep a companion from leaving. But now I just feel like, yeah, I'll reserve my, opinions for when I actually get to play the game. But how about you, John? What are your opinions about the latest video about Dragon Age? John says, nowadays I feel like I need to watch beforehand because of how overall quality of most games have dropped. I agree with you on that. That is actually a smart thing to do. I've just realized that, yeah, it's actually better to check beforehand because you don't know if it's worth buying, a game because of how game quality has, as you said, decreased in recent days. That is true. But I think for Dragon Age, I Like, I'm 100% sure that I'm going to play it and enjoy even like a little bit of it. So I just didn't bother watching the new content coming from BioWare. And I actually haven't had time to also watch the podcast or listen to the podcast. Although...
Now I see why they wear so much fur.
Is it really cold for you, Dorian? Is Tevinter a hotter place? Do you not have rain or winter? Colder seasons in Tevinter. Ooh, that looks interesting. John says you can't just blindly purchase a game from a publisher that used to make good games. I agree, because it will also feel disappointing if you know, were expecting a lot, especially based on your previous positive experiences with a game. So I can see the reason. I get it. A soggy note pinned to the dock. Harold, I'm taking the boat over to Caldon's to drop off the first of the supplies. He's been generous to invite us to his home, and we owe him some food in the way of thanks. He thinks the root cellar will be a good place to hide from these monsters, so get blankets from the barn. We'll be back for you on an hour before sunset, Lelyn. Okay, sadly, it looks like Lelyn didn't make it. She's got blankets and stuff there. Or not. Okay. They look like blankets. John says, only thing I care about Veilguard is how the story is going to progress. The writing, dialogue, combat, and companions don't intrigue me much. Same here. This is, yeah, I feel like story is always definitely, a crucial element of a game. Okay, we're going northeast. Just east, I guess. And I also feel like I won't be able to enjoy a game without good story. I think the premise of the game is relatively intriguing. So this is why I'm positive that there will be at least a few things that I will enjoy from the game, even if I am not a fan of the art style. So I'm hoping for that, but I feel like it's gonna be decent at least. I just like, because of how games have become in recent years, I just always try to lower my expectations, even if it is a game that I previously had good experience playing. That way I wouldn't be too disappointed. And it always ends up that I actually enjoy the game anyway. I always end up enjoying it more than I had expected, so it's a win for all of us, or rather for me. So like when Starfield came out, I also had very low expectations for it, but I ended up enjoying it, contrary to what some people say about it, which some of them of course I agree with, but it ended up being enjoyable for me. So I really do hope that somehow we get to enjoy the Veilguard. Even if it doesn't meet our fullest expectations. Okay, I didn't know why. Wait, I don't know why I had to disrupt that rift, even if there were no other enemies. Weird, right? I don't know. John says if it's the same people who made Andromeda and Anthem, then the chance of the story being good is low. The original crew behind E Trilogy and DA Trilogy is long gone. Yeah, that's possible. It is possible. It is sad. It is actually very saddening to hear, or rather when I heard that a lot of people left BioWare, especially those who had previously worked in Dragon Age, the older Dragon Age games, including Inquisition. Anything we can find in this cave? Ooh. Keep out, it says. Is this where the Grey Warden Stroud is hiding? Probably. Look at that nug. It's just hiding in the corner there. Yeah, we can't open it from that side. This is definitely the cave where he's hiding, but we're blocked from entering it because we have to enter the other way. We have to progress the story. John Shepard says, "Oh no, you played Starfield." Yeah, I did. Yeah, there are things that I didn't like about it, but there are actually things that I enjoyed about the game, so it wasn't a horrible experience. I agree that it's missing out on things that I kind of expected from a Bethesda game, but it wasn't all that bad for me, at least. I enjoyed the ship building. I had to actually watch an hour-long YouTube video to figure out how to efficiently build ships, but it was a learning experience. Yes, it was a steep learning curve for someone who's never built ships in a space game before, but it was interesting nonetheless. Okay, so I feel like for now let's just go back to Skyhold. It's gonna we've closed one rift. My goal was to only do one thing anyway, to return so that we can unlock the specializations and talk to Dagna. John says that the last game he was super hyped from BioWare was Andromeda. The story was absolutely horrible. He's not a super combat loving person, but that's the only thing I enjoyed in that game. I agree. I actually enjoyed the combat in Andromeda. I loved it. Especially because I didn't, you know, perish from it too many times. Ooh, wow, look at all these changes.
Someone emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire. Ah, Maker, the smell is everywhere. I was going to use them for dinner and then... I can't recall who took them.
Oh, it's definitely coal. Okay, we've got a few restoration stuff going on here. And who is this? Gatsy.
Honored to help with these.
Distractions everywhere. No one has time for proper argument.
Honored, Inquisitor. Gatsy Sturholm. Did my part on the walls. Now I'm on this strange collection you've brought us. Don't know its worth to the fight exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Oh, okay. Strange collection. The mosaic, I guess? What are these tiles?
Any ideas about the origins of these reliefs?
To Vinter, early. It's in the tool marks, the grain. That's hard dust mined from the 100 Pillars, if I know anything.
Ooh.
Oh, I suppose the scene is probably full of Tevinter robes, too.
The 100 Pillars?
Damnedest things. Massive spires that aren't stone. It's like a mortar. Don't know
The
more than
100
that.
Pillars.
Strong
I
though.
wonder if we can come across that in the Veilguard. What is your experience building things?
Where did you learn your skills?
Orzammar. Carved a few statues in my day.
Cool.
Before you ask, yes, I chose to leave. I carved a paragon who turned out to be a sodding madwoman.
Oh.
Couldn't stand looking at it. The memory of a dwarf.
It's Branka, if I'm not mistaken. Can you interpret the meaning of the mosaic?
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what, you finish one, and I'll write it up. Who
Good.
better, right? A good dwarven perspective.
Good to know.
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Gatsy. John Shepard says that he'll be back. It's time to feed his cats. Okay. Looking forward to welcoming you back with us, John, and I hope your cats are doing well. I am also going to be back. Just a moment. Okay, we're back. Here we are. We're back again. It didn't take that long. Ooh, it's good to see the changes that they've made here in Skyhold. A poster. Construction report. Death on the wall. One of our finishers, Garen, fell from the scaffold and landed on a paving stone. He had breath for an hour, but his eyes were still. He died, and the Chantry sisters wrapped him. What should we do? Foreman Cherise. Have them commit his body with those who we have lost. Since Haven, I will record his sacrifice for the Inquisition, move his fellow workers to another site, and allow time off with pay if they request. Ensure that all workers do their job safely. We are in a war, not a race. Rushing does no good if we harm ourselves. We are all the Inquisition, Lady Montelier. Wow, that's really good. I definitely 100% agree with her with how she handled this. And that is very saddening to hear that we lost one of our workers restoring the walls. For now, let's head on over to... Okay, there's another readable here. Construction report. Request to fight. Workers finishing the banner placements are requesting more important tasks. Several wish to train with swords so they can fight, more directly serving the Inquisition. They travel to join a war, not dress up a keep. Can't say I disagree. Foreman Cherise. Our enemy cut a hole in the sky seen everywhere. We look upon it from below, but it need not humble us. We may fight because we are many. We are many because the Inquisitor inspires. The Inquisitor inspires because of her growing legend. Part of this legend is what the masses find on arrival. That is the job of your workers. Not vanity, but veneration. Not impulse, but elevation. Their skill as workers is greater threat to the enemy than their number in half-trained soldiers. Lady Montelier. Wow, it's so interesting how Josephine can turn things around with the workers using her words. She definitely has great skill when it comes to persuading people. Her persuasion is definitely 100%. Okay, let's go meet Dagna in the Undercroft. Hi, Harriet.
Inquisitor?
The arcanist has arrived.
You should see for yourself.
Cool, this looks all to venture. All these tools. They look gothic, and gothic equals to venture, I guess.
Hello there.
Hi. Hi. She's so cute. I love her so
Well, don't
much.
just stand there slack-jawed. Let's figure out what you need.
Okay.
You're the magical advisor?
Oh, you're her. The Inquisitor. I'm Dagna. Arcanist Dagna. It's an honor, your worship. Is that it? The hand anchor mark? It's pretty. And Reach was pretty too, in a destroy everything sort of way.
Welcome to the Inquisition.
I welcome you to the Inquisition and look forward to your contribution.
Me too. I've heard some impossible things. I love impossible things. Those are the best to make, well, possible. I've looked at Harriet's devices. Precision is fantastic, but typical. Mundane. Old thinking. No disrespect
Don't
to
say
the
that.
classical trades, but you need a new perspective. I've made adjustments. As long as I keep making them, you can craft just about anything. Almost
Good to
anything.
hear. What are your skills exactly?
What is it you do, exactly?
I was born to the forge. That's literal in this mythcast. So the hammer and tongue, that's like a heartbeat. But you've a man for that already, and a good one. I'm here because of my passion for magic. Magical study, magical theory, magical enchantment, and through it, the manipulation of masterworks. I studied it all with an objective eye. No secrets, no fears. That lets me apply principles like no other. Maybe one other, but I don't have that wonky of a mind, so I still kind of win.
I think I know who she's talking about. I guess it could be Sandal. He is also an enchanter after all. Tell me about enchanting.
What's the story with enchanting?
Lyrium's the heart. In certain rational patterns, it beats like something alive. That's how I see it. So, a mage can make your weapons do things, but with the right runes, the right rarities, your toys become wonders.
Cool.
It's the one thing mages can't do. Drives them mad. Literally.
Sadly for
Dwarves are
them.
resistant, so it
That's
doesn't
sad.
affect us. Mostly.
Yeah, so mages shouldn't tinker with runes and enchantments, I guess, but dwarves are resistant. Good to know. So you can make masterworks.
You have the ability to make exceptional weapons and armor. Masterworks?
I like the sound of that.
There's an art to the forge as well as enchanting. You need an ear for it. And hands. Eyes, too. Nothing bad to say about Harriet on that front. He's wonderful. But there's this little more needed. With the right bits, an edge can be more than an edge. Armor can do more than protect. A hue can be just a bit brighter.
In short, smithing can be more. In short.
Oh my. She's so
Another
cute.
time, Of course. Bring me what you want made, and I'll make sure it goes just right.
Anything
How
else to
are
say?
you?
Where did you study magic?
Where does a dwarf go to study magical theory?
Get out. I asked myself that question for years. Turns out, not in Orsmar. I had to start at a circle. I had to fight to do it. Everyone said I couldn't. Everyone. I swept floors in libraries, traded runes for tomes. I met outsiders like me, new thinkers. If there's something to know about magic, I'll find it. There's no barriers to what magic can do, Inquisitor. No matter what they say.
She sounds very passionate about magic. Why did you agree to join the Inquisition?
You were quick to join the Inquisition. Is there something you want?
How could I waste a chance to get close to you? And
Aw,
Corypheus,
that's so
my
sweet.
goodness. And actual physical rifts in the Veil. Also, dwarves, we don't dream. So, when mages talk about it, I can only, well, dream what it would be like. So there's that, and all the things you'll probably find, and what I'll get to make. The rules are different here. Plus, you're paying me a lot. Like, wow, so much.
Really? How much exactly is Josephine paying you? Let's talk about your title as the arcanist.
What qualifies you to be an arcanist?
I took the title because I'm a magical researcher, philosopher, and master of practical application. And I like it. I can't actually do magic because I'm a dwarf, but that also means no risk of possession. Safer than a mage. It means that every skill I have, I've learned through reason and understanding. Coming from the Smith caste, I know the value of mastering a craft. Did you know dwarves invented enchanting? Probably.
She definitely has a lot of advantages when it comes to enchantment. Enchantment. I miss Sandal. You noticed my anchor.
You seemed impressed by the anchor. What does it look like to you?
I heard what everyone says what you heard Corypheus say. That's a long chain of who said what's. To me, it says key. But keys do a lot of things. Open, lock, switch. Some open one thing, some open everything. It sounds like Corypheus made it to open, but it looks like you can use it to close. It may be that simple. It sure is pretty. Wish I could see through it.
That sounds a bit dangerous. I want something crafted.
Dagna, show me what you can do.
Do you want fire? The first ask is always fire. It's fire, isn't it? Here's how it goes. Bring me the rare stuff for enchanting or masterworks and prep it here, just like normal. Except it's not. It's manipulation of primal forces. And I'll make sure it goes just right. You'll see. They'll all see.
She's so cute. I don't know whether to be scared or to adore her. She's definitely something. Yeah, enchantment sounds complicated, but I'm glad we have a specialist for it. Have we got any special shipments? Yeah. Oh, wow. What are these special shipments? Dorian is essentially not wearing much, so we should give him this Staff of Adon Allied. The spread of red lyrium is inexorable, unending, the key for turning corrupted foes against their masters. This nightmarish practicality identifies the work as that of inimitable arcanist Dagna. Like all children of the stone, she doesn't have to worry how such experiments might affect her dreams. She keeps track of their names, though. That's about respect. That's nice that she made this for us. That could be a gift from her now that she's joined us. And then we've also got a few things. Other things that we got from Dagna. We've got the Sword of Charis Allied. And the Blade of Tuna Allied. Ooh, this looks really good for Cole. let's equip Audacity and the Blade of Tuna allied. There we go. That's for tinting. This is for modifying. Potions upgrade. Any potions to upgrade? No. Okay. Sadly, no. Let's just go ahead and check this Skyhold customization. We've checked that. I think that the developers really had a great... I don't know how to explain it. They did a great job placing the smithy here in this type of like cavern thingy. I don't know how to explain it. Because usually when we think of a smithy, it's like some really hot, smoldering, hot, kind of boring place, but unless you're into forging. But I'd say that most of us really don't think of the smithy as an interesting place, but because of how they placed it here in this cavern under a waterfall, it makes things seem more interesting and pretty too. How are you doing, Harriet?
Anything you need?
What do you think of Dagna?
Any thoughts about our new tenant?
You sure she doesn't own the place? Acts like it.
No offense. It needed work.
And fine work she's done to it. And for you. Don't mind me. Been a lot changed lately. She has an edge though.
Definitely.
I'll be back later.
I'll be here.
I hope you two get along well. It's nice to see collaboration between traditional craftsmanship and magical enchantments. You can sit on the throne. We're not ready for that though. Is this a hardened high town? It is. Ooh, now we have access to our quarters. Let's go in. We finally have a bed. Another hardened high town. That's 3, but it only counts as 1, I guess. We've got some of Liliana's burbs. Okay. Wow, this is a very spacious room.
They have certainly spared no expense.
Whoa, look at that. That looks elven, if I'm not mistaken. We've got this storage area. A single bed? Or does this count as a double bed? A semi-double bed? I was expecting a king-size bed, but it doesn't really matter. And we can climb up, which leads to nothing. I guess they'll put a bit more things there in the future. But for now, it's empty. There's just construction materials. Welcome to the Inquisitor room tour, everyone. And we can get dressed. We can choose between casual, formal, outer, or armor. We'll do casual. Austerity, simple, eternal, beige. Like a sad beige baby. Be above reproach in both manner and dress with the classic style and pattern white. Purity, what does it look like? Okay, that's a little better. That is a tad better. I like the color. The colors. It's not just sad beige. There's white and gray. And we can also choose vivacity. Vivacity. Garb yourself in the rich blues of the masked empire or lay, while keeping your ensemble simple and sleek. What does it look like? Okay, it looks very Orlesian in terms of the color scheme. I'll do purity. I like white. And look at this! Wow. That beats some penthouse in New York. Look at this view. This is so much better than anything the real world can offer. Wow, this is so pretty. Unless you, I don't know, go to Switzerland, you could probably have this view. Something similar to it, at least. Because I don't think you can have, I don't know, this much space in Switzerland. Or you could go to Bhutan too. Maybe maybe it looks similar. Ooh, and what is this? What kind of instrument is this? Why is it pointy? Is this what the bards like Liliana use in Orlais for their games? The Orlesian game? Because that looks spoopy. I don't like that. It's too dangerous. Okay, we've acquired recipe for renovations. Greener garden, better tower, and a better courtyard. Okay, I like how it looks so far. We have a quest here. Ooh, okay, so it's just, we just need to go to the war room. Judgment. Someone being held in Skyhold awaits judgment. We can do that too. No other hard and high town here, I guess. Let's head on down to the throne so that we can sit and judge our first prisoner, I'd say. Okay, here we are. I really have to find a replacement for that throne.
Impressive, is it not? Fit for a leader, meant to show influence and the burden of it. It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment, where you will sit in judgment.
Who will I judge?
Who will I be judging exactly?
Those who have done wrong. You will know of them, at the very least. All this presumes they have survived their initial encounter with you, of course.
Yeah, it is a grim responsibility.
Still more lives in my hands.
You are a beacon of law, Inquisitor, as others retreat from responsibility. But this needn't be bloody.
True.
The Inquisition's sovereignty is derived from the allies who validate it. You are both empowered and bound. Justice has many tools. If their application is clever, execution may even seem merciful by comparison.
Interesting. But as they say, heavy is it who wears the crown, if I'm not mistaken. That's how the saying goes. Kay Shinriki on Twitch says, hello, hi there, Kay. How are you doing this fine Friday night, Saturday morning?
Is there anyone I should judge?
Take the throne when you're ready. We will bring him before you.
Cool. Although this throne doesn't look ergonomic or safe, at the very least, we can get started. I really need a replacement for that throne. Kay says, more like Saturday afternoon, Lamau.
Was a surprise.
That's true.
After
wherever
your
you may
return
be.
from the bogs, we discovered this man attacking the building with a goat.
Oh my.
Chief Movran the Under. He feels slighted by the killing of his Avar tribesmen, who repeatedly attacked you.
Yeah, it
first.
was self-defense.
What should we do with him? Where should he go?
Community service. Ooh, with a goat. Is this a cultural thing among the Avar?
You answered the death of your clan with a goat?
A courtroom? Unnecessary. You killed my idiot son.
Oh,
and I answered, as is my
okay.
custom, by smacking your holdings with goat's blood.
But it's just a goat. It's not
Don't
goat's
look
blood.
at me.
No foul. He meant to murder Tevinters, but got feisty with your Inquisition. A red-headed mother guarantees a brat. Do as you've earned, Inquisitor.
Okay.
My clan yields. My remaining boys have brains still in their heads.
Kay says, I see you are pretty early on. Good luck. You missed my tiny raid, but don't worry. Oh, sorry. I didn't notice it. Oh my. Thank you so much, Kay. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone who came in from Kay's channel. Yes, we are pretty early on in the game. Well, I might say that we've reached the, I'd say the halfway point of the game. Anyway, so I'm pretty confident we can finish it with, like just the base game before Veilguard comes out. Hopefully. Okay, we can drive the Avar out of our lands. It's called a gibbet. We can arm and exile him to Tevinter. Okay, that's what he wants to do. He hates the Tevinter, so we can go and let him do whatever he wants in Tevinter lands in the Imperium. And also, he discriminates against redheads. That is your punishment. Go do whatever you want in Tevinter.
It seems our conflict was accidental, Chief Morvran, but it can't be repeated. I banish you and your clan, with as many weapons as you can carry, to Tevinter.
My idiot boy got us
Yes,
something
everyone
after all.
approves. They all like that. There. So we've acquired an agent. Chief Morvran of the Avar. Good to know. Good to know. I am very happy that we chose the correct option for that. Kay says they're also trying to finish before Veilguard, but they're already quite a bit further on. Good for you. Where are you exactly in the story? Oh my, I just have to check on something. Oh yeah, I can see it now, Raider. First time chat from Raider. Thank you. He's raiding with a party of 3. I will definitely check your channel, your Twitch channel, later after the stream. I actually should have my Twitch window so that I can see that. I didn't expect anything. Kay says, I'm also rushing to finish before Greedfall 2. It is hard when a lot of good games are coming out almost at the same time. We feel like we're being rushed. But I guess that's just how it is. We just have to push through. Let's see, anything else that we need to do in Skyhold? There's something in the war table. And also we'll unlock the specializations. Kay asks, have you played this before? Yes, this is my second playthrough, but it's my first time to stream it. Kay doesn't want to name missions because it might spoil things. No, it's okay. No problem. Let's do specializations. Okay, here we have
How are the
specializations
rest
for the
Have
Inquisitor.
they found anyone alive?
Excavation is slow, as you can imagine.
I can ensure instruction for the legions who want to join, but can we expect the Inquisitor to remain a leader while training with a subordinate? She is a figure of inspiration and should rightly be one of aspiration. Promoting a specialist from within the ranks seems lacking. With due respect to our people, the needs of the Herald are so specific. I recommend looking outside for the best combat specialists to be found, regardless of their affiliation. Sir Morris, our quartermaster. Let's see. We only have one option here. Cullen. He doesn't approve, but that is irrelevant. He will have the best. I wonder why he doesn't approve. I guess he doesn't want to, what do you call that? Hire someone from outside the Inquisition.
Any news on rifts beyond reach of the Inquisition?
Yes. And it is not good.
Okay, let's do this. K Shinriki on Twitch says, and you know, I just finished Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. Oh, good. How did you find it? Did you enjoy the luxury of Orlais and the Winter Palace? The best of the best have been summoned. Training with these quote-unquote specialists will ensure the Inquisitor's abilities remain at their height. Good to know. Everyone is busy at the moment, so let's go meet our specialists. Kei Shinriki says, stressful. I know. Like, you have to be in their good graces. If I'm not mistaken, if you kind of like, I don't know, jump on tables and stuff, you'll have less, what do you call that? I can't remember what it's called. Oh, here we are with our 3 specialists. You'll make a bad impression or something with the nobles. Yeah, sorry about the bot. It's kind of talkative.
That'll guide the dragon right in.
By the time it's across the growing legions, that growing pincushion will be ripe for swords.
Cool.
Never said it'd be easy, but we win, so it won't come.
Oh, right. Okay, says no worries. My Nightbot is bloodthirsty too, lol. Ooh, I've noticed that there have been a lot of changes. Like, this area has been cleaned. And there's a readable here. Construction report, brick marks. Skyhold has stolen bricks. What? Found a brick mark I know from my elder's notes. Really? Skyhold has stolen bricks. Fired in high ever before it was sacked in 480. That was a long time ago, 5 ages ago. That was Orlais, but this style isn't, so it was probably looted. Okay. There may be others. That time's long past, but Inquisitors should know where they live. Ganon, our Mason. Our cause rights a greater wrong. Crimes of the past will be eclipsed soon enough as this becomes the home of the Inquisition. But send word to High Ever so they can amend their histories. Commander Cullen. Okay. I agree with that. I approve that. Kay says, yeah, choosing which side to pick in the time missions and getting locked out of some pass depending on what you say, the most stressful mission in the game, I think. Also took me like 5 hours and 1 reload. Oh my. I dread having to do that. I really dread having to do that. Ooh, we missed this. We missed it. This copy of Heart in Hightown. Oh my, I can't imagine. I can't imagine how stressful it will be. Doing the Templar quest arc was already a bit stressful for me, and having to make sure that we rescued everyone back in Haven. Ooh, okay, this tower is now open. We've got a lot of things. A lot of new things, and I imagine that that is our quarters. Because we've got great view. So we live in the tallest tower in Skyhold. Kay asks, oh, you are doing Templars this run? Yes. So now let us go meet our specialists.
Someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again. The juice is attracting flies. There are spiders everywhere. The plums were right in front of me, but I can't quite recall who took them.
It's Cole again. Mia Musi on Twitch says the best view in the village. Definitely, we've got the best view up that tower. Cole is at it again, doing random stuff. Okay, now we have access to the stables as well. Okay, I don't remember where the specialists are. Hold on. It should be in our journal. Inquisitor's Pass. Specializations for the Inquisitor. Let's set that active. I'll be back. Just a moment. Okay, we are back. All right. By the way, how did you find my channel? I'm pretty obscure on Twitch, at least. But I truly appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to bunnhop. Wait, where exactly? Okay, so it's... okay, this way. I can't even set... Why can't I set a map marker? I'll have to memorize it then. So it's this way. It's southeast of... southeast of Skyhold. So do we have to go through this tower here? A readable. Hard in Hightown, Chapter 5 by Varric Tethras. Javlan was waiting outside the captain's office when Donan Brnakovich slunk out, defeated. We're not getting a warrant, are we? Javlan looked almost relieved. No. Donan met his partner's eyes. The kid was barely 20 and looked like he'd walked straight to the Kirkwall barracks from somebody's potato farm. Taller and broader than the other guards, Javlan slouched as if he didn't know how to fit into his own limbs, and as if he thought he should be smaller. Hunched over in his brand new, too large armor, he looked like a child playing at being a guard. He was too green for a murder investigation. Maybe it's for the best, Javlan said, almost speaking Donan's thought out loud. You're on your way out of the guard, and I'm... He trailed off, then sighed. Questioning nobles in the middle of the night wasn't covered in training. Donan glared at the kid. I'm a city guard, and so are you, recruit. Nobody gets away with murder while we're on duty. Javlan stood a little straighter. What do we do then? The captain wants proof. Donan smiled. We bring her proof.
Strangest thing, when I reached down, my dagger was gone. Just gone.
Who's talking?
Know where I found it? In a barrel.
Who's talking?
The thing was filled to the brim with daggers. Got the strangest feeling. I know someone took it right off my belt, but I can't recall who.
Okay, do we have a ghost in this tower in Skyhold? There's probably someone Okay, it's this. It's one of the guys here, I'd say. Kay says, oh, sorry. Mia Musi says the rats in the walls are speaking. Or it could be one of Liliana's birds. It's probably one of our scouts. Ooh, oh, yay! Our first Kunari! Yes! Wow, what an interesting face paint you've got there. And this guy looks like Preston Garvey. With a fancy hat. Okay, it looks like a rogue. It's our first Kunari outside, not counting the Iron Bull. Mia Musi says, you're right, the bird makes more sense. It's just really odd, someone's just talking. Okay, hi Colin, I'll be back. I just need to talk to our specialist so we can train. There's still a lot of rooms that need to be restored. We've got Breaker Thram here. Sir. That's just his name, Sir. And Lord Chancellor de Leon. Could be from Orlais. Mia says, you can just call me Mia, by the way. Thank you, Mia. How are you doing this fine, is it afternoon for you? Saturday afternoon? Saturday morning?
Inquisitor! Imagine the frothing of the minstrels dreaming of this meeting. Frantic. I, of course, am Lord Chancellor de Leon, and I am here to aid your ascension to glory in the hearts of the people. I shall make you a champion.
Oh. I'm eager to serve. What is a champion?
To learn how to serve in this way.
Oh no. No, lad.
Oh, no.
Be eager, yes, but to serve. Only from the front. Champion is about being a leader while also being known, respected. There are formalities, of course.
Sounds intriguing.
Tosh, all superseded as you already lead a nation. Once you set and have your standard, you shall command like you were born to it. And of course you were.
Wow. I don't know. Let's see. Mia says, Saturday morning. Happy Saturday morning. I hope your weekend, your start of the weekend, your start of the weekend, it sounds funny, is going pretty well. Good to know that you're doing well. And you make me want to play Dragon Age again, Mia says. Ooh, have you played Dragon Age a few times or just once? What is the downside to being a champion?
There's always a cost. What's the risk?
The dark future of all who live by the sword. If you needed a patron, I'd say be certain you choose wisely. Many a head has been lost for the faults of others. But you are your own authority. You already lead, and I dare say your current task...
Whoa, what was that?
Dangers of the future when you retire as favorite of the people? Are you allergic to silks? It's good to be champion.
I'm not allergic to silks, thankfully. What does it have to do with... What does it have to do with being a champion? And what was that? We just witnessed some... I don't know, like... It's like it's the Flash or something. Oh, Mia Musi, or Mia rather. Thank you for following on Twitch. I don't know why my alerts are not working properly. I have to check on that. My standard?
You mean a literal standard?
Colors. Something for you to raise, or the field, the tavern, the backhouse, wherever you wish.
Oh, okay.
Square and claim a mere flag. But the Inquisition is no scow alerting bridges. It's a beacon. It's a final step. Symbolic. No drowning in gold to gain its strength or other tosh.
Is a champion kind of like a knight or a chevalier?
Is it similar to a knight or an Orlesian chevalier?
We share a way of the field, and they can be useful. But those titles carry a certain reputation. Chevaliers are generally pricks in my experience.
Oh, really?
People are less inclined to celebrate those backhanders. You want to be their champion.
Okay, show me the process.
All right, Lord Chancellor. I'm ready to start.
Of course you are. You already have. Mere formality awaits. There's a process, a few shows of ability to start them talking. But you'll take to it just fine. Remember, it's good to be champion.
Okay, let's listen to the other two specialists. Mia says, I started with DAI, but got sucked into the rabbit hole and went back playing DAO, and I'm in the middle of DA2 right now. Good to hear. My first and only Dragon Age has been Inquisition only, but I also, like you, very much like you, got sucked into the rabbit hole as well, and proceeded to watch the playthroughs of Dragon Age Origins and DA2.
I hear you wish training so you don't embarrass those sworn to you. I'm summoned to offer instruction in the physical aspect of the Templar. I'm Sir.
Alright.
Sir what?
Sir. Our time is brief, Herald.
Okay,
I
okay,
trust you are
sir.
serious.
Okay, I thank you, sir.
Sir, I welcome and look forward to your instruction.
Sir, yes, sir.
Many want to be part of the Order and what it stands for. I don't teach that. The Order, faith, is not where Templar abilities come from. Faith is how Templars endure their abilities. I teach how to deny magics, not fight, not match, deny. And that
Okay.
lies in lyrium. You will construct a filter, you will suffer its effects, and you will be worthy of inspiration. How you endure will be your own affair.
What is a filter?
This filter, describe it.
It is a simple box, or an ornate one. It has simple tools or bejeweled. Depends on what you need. You will use it to prepare the daily draft of lyrium that allows the denial of magic.
Okay, so it requires
else can
us
do this
to
for
take
Soon
lyrium.
you won't know you're doing it. It will be a part of you.
Mia says, are you romancing someone in this playthrough? No, but feel free to suggest any romance options. That is also what I'm going to do for the Veil Guard. I would like to make a poll about who to romance. I don't want to choose myself. I want it to be, like I said in a previous stream, a communal experience. I know it sounds weird, but I just want everyone in the community to enjoy it. So what if I'm not very religious? Can I not learn your specialization?
I'm not that involved in the faith side of things.
I don't quote the Chant of Light. Know it or don't, it has proven useful to many, but it has failed some too. Whatever you need, keep it dear.
Kay says not the communal experience. I don't know what else to call it. Communal romancing 101 with bunnhop. I just want it to be fun for everyone, so I don't want to choose based on my own type or whatever. What are the risks of becoming a Templar?
What is it that I will endure? The Inquisition Templars seem fine.
Inside you, there is something you don't know you possess. Becoming a Templar will make you keenly aware. You will feel empowered. It is joyous, but once you are accustomed, that something will get hungry. You have never felt this.
That sounds
The
ominous.
Order fights it with brotherhood.
What is going on with these Inquisition soldiers? Okay. Why is this a good discipline?
All right. Tell me what the benefits are.
Magic was meant to serve man. This is ensured through the muscle and will of Templars. We deny the mage his magic. We deny the demon its magic. We are the beacon of right on the battlefield. The benefits, Herald, the benefit is control.
Alright, so this specialization probably is to fight magic. Mia says all of them are solid choices. Yeah, I'd say so myself. Yeah, that's why it's hard to choose.
Very well, sir. I am ready to learn.
I am open to suggestions.
Here. Know that this is merely an introduction. The steps are simple. Kill, learn, construct. If you do not pray, Inquisitor, I recommend starting, if only to drown the filter's call.
Okay. That sounds a bit ominous, although it also is very intriguing. We have Breaker Thram here. Kay says, I just did Cullen, literally. So would love to see any other options, lol. We can go with anyone else. Aside from Cullen. Anyone except Cullen.
Let's look at you. Right, you'll survive it. Maybe.
Survive
And
what?
you are? I'm a breaker. My name is Thram, and I was not expecting a messenger from this place. The Inquisitor wants to be a reaver.
Okay, so her specialization is called Reaver, or Breaker, rather. Mia says, I personally did Blackwall in my playthrough. In my previous playthrough, I originally wanted to romance Cassandra, but I was utterly heartbroken to find out that she doesn't swing both ways. So yeah, I just romanced Blackwall because, I don't know, he seems like a good guy. What is a breaker exactly?
Your title is Breaker. What is that?
It's a name. It serves. You will become a reaver, or you will break. This is not a road for those who worry about what others think. You want power? Admit it. You've battles to win. If you give a toss about opinion, you can write your own history after you win. Let's not waste time. You've dragons to conquer, infusions to make, and blood to drink.
Ooh, okay. Do we need to drink dragon blood for this?
What do you mean by blood?
I meant what I said, and it was meant to stop you cold. This way begins and ends with dragon blood.
Oh,
Blood is life. Life is power.
I don't know
It's
if I
that
want to
simple.
do that.
Reavers know it. Blood mages know it. All others can debate it in the next world.
Kay says you should do one of the girls, maybe. I would love Sarah, but I think she has some race restrictions. Ooh. I'll look into that. Yeah, we could do Josephine. Is that a good enough option for all of you? I wonder if I'm too late though, because I haven't been flirting with Josephine. John Shepard on YouTube says, Champion is boring unless you only want a tank. Reaver is a very specific type of gameplay. You need to know what you are doing, or you'll be chugging health potion. I don't want either. Yeah, I guess as you mentioned in the past, we should do Templar. I don't want a tank. I want to deal damage and also have a pretty big health reserve. And Mia says Josie could be a fun choice as well. Yeah, we might just do Josephine for our romance option in this playthrough. Dragons to conquer.
Dragons are involved.
Dragons are the heart of it. The beating heart. We take of the dragon and become more than a mortal with a sword. We become a conduit to power. But we're not mages. Demons reach through but find no purchase. They're a slave to the blade. Your blade.
This sounds dangerous.
It seems like there's a lot of risk to this.
There's no risk. There's a promise. If you do this, you will change. There is no retirement from this life. But unlike the Grey Warden or the Templar, you don't wither. You'll die when you fail. Until then, glory.
John says Sarah only requires you to be female. I see. And Kay on Twitch says Josie is great. Iron Bull also. Also Sarah seems fine. It's soulless we can only get with elves. I see then. He's the only one with a race restriction. Why is being a breaker a good discipline?
What will this allow me to do?
Win. Not just victory, but bloody victory. The withering of your enemies will empower. The more they think they prevail, the more you bleed, the more you triumph.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good to
terror.
me. I feel like that's the berserk type of warrior. Show me the process.
Tell me how it begins.
Very well. There is instruction. There are steps. At the end, there is choice. I look forward to what you become, Inquisitor.
We'll definitely do Templar. We'll learn from Sir over there. Okay, we're not going that way. The view is always captivating out here. Well, if only there was an option to change the time of day so we can see Skyhold at night as well. Ooh. What is up here? Oh, it's Cullen's office. Oh, is this your bedroom, Cullen? We've got a readable. Oh no, it's just another copy of Heart in Hightown. There's so much more to do. Cullen, anything new? Oh, a cutscene.
As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
You can tell me anything. We're friends.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
But why?
Why are you doing this?
After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Are you okay?
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
I respect your decision. Yeah.
Thank you for telling me. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
Alright, good to know. Yeah, it's hard with lyrium. It is a substance that can be very addicting. It's hard for Templars. Anything else to say, Colin? And, I can't select you. I can't click on you. There.
Inquisitor?
Oh, we can tell him. I want to become a Templar.
I understand there's a way I could become a Templar. Or gain the power, at least.
Why would you?
I want to help people.
Templars make sacrifices so they can protect people. I'm willing to do the same.
I cannot fault you for feeling as I did. This is not a decision to be made lightly.
What is it like to be a Templar?
What is it like to have powers? To take lyrium?
Strange. After a while, your abilities become instinct. You wield them as you would a sword, without thought.
Is it like magic?
Do you think that's what it's like to be a mage?
No. Templar abilities are not magic. You draw on the lyrium in your blood and your training, not some innate ability.
You're sure it feels different? How do you know?
I just do.
Any advice for us?
You've been through this. I could use your advice.
You have the physical training, but you must prepare mentally as well. The Order would have you sit vigil. You are not bound by their rules, but if you go through with this, it may help.
I'll think it through.
Nothing's decided yet. I won't leap with my eyes closed.
I pray that's true.
Anything I should know?
Is there anything I should know?
I'd gotten used to mages disliking me on principle. Vivienne's views on Templars are surprisingly traditional.
That is true. Vivienne is her own self.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Okay, I guess this is a good time to end the stream. We have done quite a lot. Today we've been to Crestwood. We've closed the rift there. We've acquired the arcanist Dagna, and we've met her as well. We have acquired the services of specialists, and in our next stream, we will definitely be going through the motions, the steps of becoming a Templar. And we'll also try to flirt with Josephine a little. Let's see if it's not too late to romance her. John Shepard on YouTube says, the game makes such a big deal about becoming a Templar, but in reality, nothing changes. Oh, that's good to know. That is good to know that we don't really experience any physical or mental changes, even if we are to consume lyrium. Thank you so much for watching. I am excited to become a Templar as our specialization and gain the skills and the power associated with it, and also to continue exploring Skyhold to see what changes have been made. I think our tavern has already been completed, as well as its stables. That will be interesting to see. The places that we previously didn't have access to, we now have access to, so it's a good thing to visit the stables and the tavern, as well as the armory. And also, in our next stream, we will go back to Crestwood to do more questing there, and hopefully we can complete Crestwood by the next time we stream, which is hopefully by tomorrow. John Shepard on YouTube says, have a good night. Thank you, John. You too. I hope that you have an enjoyable weekend. And for everyone watching on Twitch, thank you for watching, and sorry for those who have just entered the stream. I hope to see you all. Thank you for the new subscribers on Twitch as well. For thank you to Keish and Ricky for the raid, and Mia. Good to meet all of you. Bye there, bye there. As opposed to hi there, bye there. Bye, and have a great night, or a good Saturday morning, everyone. See you all, hopefully, tomorrow, same time, same place, on Twitch and YouTube. Please also consider following me on Threads, as well as on Twitch if you're on YouTube currently, or on YouTube if you're on Twitch currently. And I also have an Instagram. Take care. Bye, Kay. Bye, Mia, and bye, John, and everyone else. Good night.